Wait, we didn't even talk about Godzilla yet.
Okay, are you Team Godzilla or Team Kong?
Team Godzilla.
Godzilla.
What?
He's a fucking nuclear reactor, Jack.
But monkey.
I know. Which is exactly why Anthony is Team Kong.
That's why I'm Team Kong, is because he's a monkey.
That's the only reason anybody's Team Kong. Let's be real.
Team Godzilla fans are like, alright, let me get out my TED talk about why Godzilla is the best. And then Team Kong are just like, monkey.
Just big monkey.
Just big gorilla. Love.
Anthony,
Okay, here's the secret. Monkey has gun. He just whips out a fucking Glock.
Okay, you're gonna tell me in the fight between Laser and Glock, you're gonna pick the one with the Glock? Come on.
Depends on the type of laser.
Godzilla laser, mouth laser.
I've not seen enough Godzilla.
That's got a charging up time. Alright, it takes a little bit of time for him to get going. He could get shot in the mouth by the time it happens.
Like, it barely takes any time, and he gets shot all the time. That's what people use on him.
Okay, but not by a big monkey gun.
Big monkey
You get
gun.
shot by small monkey gun.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Like, it's scaled to size.
You're telling me people should have just started firing cannons at him?
Yeah. Just, like, get that shit off a pirate ship. Let's go.
Bree, you're on Team Godzilla. Why are you...
I'm giving him a fighting chance.
Danny, just play in this space with us for once.
I stand, my god, Godzilla.
I do too. But, like, it would be unfair to have this nuclear reactor walking ass thing against, like, fucking Mighty Joe Young.
Well, that's kind of how King of All Beasts works. Somebody has to be at the top. And it's not King Kong's fault. He's like 4 rungs down. I don't know who's in that middle ground, so I'm just slapping him in the face a little bit right now.
No. You can't say that on stream and then not give us the number 2 and 3 spots. Please, Danny, do elaborate on who is number 2 and 3 on the King of All Beasts register.
Number 2 is obviously Mothra because she and Godzilla are married.
That's valid. I'll allow that.
And number 3 is Mecha Godzilla. Eat it.
Mecha Godzilla? How can a mech be King of All Beasts, though?
I didn't say that. He's number 3. Godzilla, King of All Beasts, is King of All Beasts at number 1. Number 2 is Mothra. And number 3 is nothing.
Can I pitch a number 3 real quick? What about Nessie? Where's she at? I feel like she could rule.
I feel like Nessie. Yeah, I don't think Nessie wants to. She doesn't want to fight.
I feel like Nessie has some parents that don't want to admit it, and so she just chills in the lock. Like, fuck you guys.
Oh, you'll take the higher roads, and I'll take the lower roads.
Oh man, I got stuck on sea shanty TikTok earlier, and I was vibing the whole time.
I cannot believe sea shanties are popular now. Last year, people were making fun of me because I was obsessed with sea shanties. Me and my friends made playlists of 15th century sea shanties and sent them to each other. And everyone was like, oh, that's weird. And now y'all are all like fucking Wellerman in it.
So I think what I really like is I'm seeing ones that people are writing, like making new things about their stuff, like what they're going through. And that's what I really like is just the creativity. Right, and then just like the constant beat. Yeah, like you get all the edits with the people adding their bass lines or adding a violin to it, because why not? It's fun.
I just love it.
Yeah, I liked sea shanties for a bit when Assassin's Creed came out.
Yeah,
and that was really dope when you can sail between islands and then sing shanties and stuff. And that was really fun. But I don't know, I've never gotten into it listening to it in my car. I don't know.
Alan.
Hey, do we want to talk about books?
Hold on.
I play a pirate game online sometimes and like to sing shanties at people. Nice.
I would just like to have my list confirmed.
Your what?
my list as Godzilla, Mothra, Mechagodzilla, King Kong.
I
I'm ready to
disagree
talk
with
about books.
Mechagodzilla. Because I don't think a mech can be a monarch of beasts. They can be a monarch of robots, but mechs are not beasts.
Well, then you know how in sometimes when you have a bastard kid or whatever, and you just always skip over them for when you're doing the new ruler, whatever the fuck that's called, succession. That's the word. Whoa, cats.
Are they actually fighting?
He's just
He's just
a
being a
baby.
baby.
Number 3 is Cats the Musical.
So you always
Yes.
skip over Mechagodzilla. He's like permanent number 3.
I disagree.
And he's like loyal to the throne always.
I disagree. I don't think a mech can be a beast royalty. It's not a beast! It's a robot!
I think you're being racist.
It's my stream, my rules! We're racist towards mechs on this stream.
Okay, well fine. I will take Sasquatch over King Kong because nobody's even found Sasquatch. Everybody knows where King Kong lives. He lives on Skull Island. How much more obvious can you be, bro? Sasquatch, where is he?
Man, they're the Kong hate right now. Mods, can we ban this fool?
You know, we also got the Chupacabra, like
I fucks with the
Mexican goat eater.
Alright, let's do the book.
Yeah.
I'm getting too steamed about this.
Fine. And we'll put a Fazbear at number 6. We're ready.
No. They're the bottom feeders of the King of Beasts worlds.
Well, it's on. I tried.
Hold on, let me drink some water real quick. Everybody hydrate. Alright, so we're doing...
Okay, I guess.
That
was bad to listen to.
What? Oh, you think that's bad? Where do you see this PowerPoint? Wait till you see. So...
I'm so excited for this PowerPoint.
Oh, you should be. We read to Fazbear Frights number 6, Blackbird. The first story is Blackbird, the titular story of the novel. I forgot about this. No, seriously, that's it. After the last book had the Springtrap Impreg story? Bruh!
I know.
You remember that? Because I remember that.
That word makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. So Noel and Sam are film students. I'm gonna give a quick synopsis.
Yeah.
Noel's a douche, Sam's a nerd. They're working on a film project together. And there's this whole thing where Sam is like, oh, we need the creep factor. Noel's like, no, it's all about the blood. And so, like, it's very clearly trying to set up for something scary and bloody. Eventually, they decide on a plot in which a man confesses his darkest secret to this entity called the Blackbird, and it punishes him. And I'm like, if the Blackbird's gonna punish you, then why are you confessing? But okay, go off. They have this stupid forced conversation where they're like, what are you guilty about? Blah. Noel reveals that he was a bully and bullied this girl named Christine, and then Sam is like, I don't have any secrets.
I'm so perfect.
I'm so perfect. Yeah. Also, footnote, Noel still fucking laughs about how he bullied the girl. He's like, yeah, and then I fucked up her hair. Isn't that funny, bro? And Sam's
I covered her in burrs.
I covered her in burrs.
I put a mole in her locker.
A dead mole.
I never had a locker in high school, but I would be so pissed, living or dead, if someone put an animal that wasn't like a cute cat or dog in my locker. I'd be so fucking pissed, and I'd never forget about it, you know? Like,
I think the worst thing that happened to us was we had things thrown at us at lunch, including but not limited to food and or rocks found on the ground. Or plastic utensils.
But that's what we get for being gay in the South.
That's what we get. We didn't even realize we were gay.
We didn't even realize we were gay, but they sure did. Nature fucking did.
Yeah.
I was
Fucking called it.
like, imagine going back to like our like if there were middle school reunions, just go back and be like, you were right. Shit, you called it.
Yeah. I mean, like, you still shouldn't have thrown stuff at me because that was rude.
I was incorrect.
Sure, I Naruto ran and fell and ate shit one day because I'm an idiot, but like, we're kids.
Naruto
I
running is
remember
faster,
falling and
okay?
eating shit one day. I had too much like forward momentum and I just kept falling forward and I felt like I was running like diagonally to the ground and I just slid into the ground.
You know, I had a line that I drew, and that was no matter how much I was into anime and how much I loved anime, I would never Naruto run in public.
When
How
I
long
was
did that last?
And like I guess technically until now, unless you count nighttime parking lots, because I don't think that counts.
Fair.
All right. Yeah, so fuck Noel, fuck this guy. We don't care about him. And also there's a guy named Ian. That's the
Who
only
the fuck
thing.
was Ian?
He was like the other frat bro, and he's the one who like talks sometimes.
Oh, he was okay. Yeah.
Is he the one with the like rubber ducks on his underwear?
Yeah, and he like
Yeah.
breaks into
Okay.
Noel's room when Noel's doing the thing and having a nightmare or
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
The rubber duck underwear thing was like felt really
Okay.
extra, and they brought it up like 3 times. And I was
Yeah.
like, why? Why do I? Is Noel gay? Is that what the point of the story is? And I was like, no. Okay. Well, then why does it matter?
My thoughts was, man, I need to get myself a pair of underwear like that. That sounds lit.
Right?
I was like, I want rubber ducks in my underwear. Ugh. So yeah, they're making the film. Noel is playing the man, Sam is playing the bird. Sam makes the costume, etc., etc. And like they mentioned this in like one line, but they're basing it off of the Fazbear franchise or something. But I literally was like, how is this connected at all? There's no Blackbird character. It's not an animatronic.
I think it was like the general idea of seeing a giant, clearly not actual flesh and blood creature.
Big animal.
Yeah, like maybe it's just like, okay, that's supposed to be a giant bird, but I know it's man-made, and so that makes it all the more creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just felt it was really contrived. I was like, shut up. Shut up. Yeah, Sam makes a Blackbird costume, and then Sam allegedly gets hit by a train, like, just out of nowhere. It's
What
like,
the fuck?
it's like that scene in Mean Girls at the very end when Regina George just
When
gets
she
hit by a
the
bus. Yeah, like, it's
Yeah.
just out of nowhere. Just, oh yeah, he got hit by a train last night, bro. That's why he didn't show up to class, didn't you know? So yeah, there's blood and feathers all over the tracks, because he was apparently wearing the costume. And thus Sam's body is still missing.
Because yeah,
Yeah, I didn't fucking care about the story at all.
I didn't care about the story so much. I was like, okay, but where's the scary part though? So Noel feels guilty about Sam or something, about laughing because he was a bully to the girl or so. I don't fucking know. And then he starts seeing this like Blackbird character manifest, especially in like nightmares. And I was like, bro, this is just like in the film. He's guilty, and then he sees the Blackbird. Whoa. And anyways, Noel believes that Sam died and became the Blackbird and is gonna like torture and kill him, even though there's literally no evidence proving this, but it's fine.
Yeah, he just immediately assumes that he's being haunted. Like,
yeah.
bro, why do you just... The world doesn't revolve around you. What?
And also, like, the thing is, like, your quote friend just died in a traumatic death and you're having nightmares about a project you were working on together. My first thought would not be, oh, I'm definitely being haunted by a manifestation of my guilt. Like, my first thought would be like, oh, I'm grieving.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
he
fucked up
thought
right
about Sam like one time, saw his parents, thought about them one time, and then he's like, man, my life sucks right now. How do I talk to this girl? Dude with rubber ducky underwear. He's cute.
Yeah.
But
Noel
I
Blycon?
don't know.
And I thought it was interesting, there was a point when he hits the Blackbird with a baseball bat and it just explodes and vanishes. And it was, oh my gosh, sorry, this music has like an anime girl whispering in it and I have to fucking click off of it. He hits the Blackbird with a baseball bat and it explodes and vanishes, and I thought that was like the only cool scene in the whole fucking film, or book. Noel's nightmares begin to get physically painful, like he's being dragged to another realm. And, oh, okay, so this is important. All right. During this physically painful nightmare, Noel's body begins to vibrate and tingle, and he hears a droning sound. So this droning sound in particular is very important. I have a whole ass theory on it on another slide. Stay tuned.
Oh shit.
Stay tuned. And then after that, Noel does this weird fucking ritual at 6 in the morning where he does quarter turns and shouts, "I'm sorry." And I'm like, okay, yeah. That's
okay, but honestly, the fucking cop that sees him, he's a pretty decent guy. Like,
yeah.
Can you imagine walking up and seeing this kid running at like 5:30 in the morning, screaming, "I'm sorry," when he's like half dressed, looks like he hasn't slept in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, bro, just get it out.
Just go home, bud.
Yeah.
All right. Ow, I just scratched myself. You
All
ready?
right.
You ready to fucking
Theory
get
time,
into it?
let's go.
AKA, the droning noise is the only fucking reason I care about this story at all, so we're about to get into it. Okay, so the titular Blackbird of the story is often accompanied by screeches and low whines, and there was a particular emphasis on this droning noise in the nightmares. And so, let's go back. In the first set of books, called The Twisted Ones, this isn't the Fazbear Frights books, this is like a whole different thing. They detail this mind control device that can literally like change your perception of the things that you see. And we've actually seen this before. So like in one of the game's sister locations, you have to remove this crazy blinking module from Funtime Freddy. And everyone's like, that's a weird detail, but it was later theorized to be this device. It matches the description in the Twisted Ones, and you know, it was just an interesting detail. Then, in the fucking story To Be Beautiful, in the very first book of the Fazbear Fright series, I'm like that Charlie Day fucking picture right now, literally. But, so, do you remember To Be Beautiful, Danny? Because that's the one with, Eleanor.
Yeah, and she's having all her places of it place.
Yeah, so...
Her parts are, yeah, all of her pieces, her body parts replace the pieces, yeah.
Yeah, so, Sarah's body was literally made of garbage, but she didn't see it as long as she was wearing this heart necklace, which we theorized was this very same fucking device. And also, the Funtime Freddy animatronic that Millie was tortured and killed by in Count the Ways, like, also made an appearance in that very same book. I'm just saying, there's no detail too small. Thus, I think that the Blackbird suit, or whatever was taking its form, because it was not Sam, had one of these devices and was using it to make Noel see stuff and feel guilty. And also, low-key, this kind of mirrors how William Afton is in Super Hell and how Golden Freddy is eternally haunting him and making him feel guilty, but that's not the point of this slide. That's just a little afterthought. So did I go into this much detail just so I could share pictures of one of my favorite animatronics? Yes. Yes, I did. Oh, look at him! I just think he's neat.
I don't!
I
don't think he's neat.
I love him a lot! He's pink! And the little Bonnie character is called Bon Bon. One of my favorites. Anyways, back to the story. Can you tell I was
God, this part! Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, so Noel in his...
I'm so pissed that Noel got a happy ending.
No spoilers,
I wanted...
Go on, sorry.
I wanted him to die.
I know!
I wanted him to get hit by the train.
Me too! Yeah, so Noel goes to make amends with the girl he used to bully, Christine. And also, please note that he only feels sorry because a supernatural force is punishing him. Like, he doesn't understand how hurtful his actions were. Like, he never...
He's literally doing it because he's... Yes, exactly. Like...
Oh, no, she's not. Yeah, he goes to find her, and, like, she's well-adjusted and sexy now.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I'm fine. I love myself now, so I forgive you. And,
Okay, I do think she says, I don't forgive you.
or something.
Because what you did was still wrong. But I want you to know that I'm okay now. I think, but regardless, yeah, it was fucking bullshit is what it was. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm never gonna forgive the people that threw shit at us in fucking middle school. I'm not.
Nope. I don't
It's
forgive
just
and
not
forget.
gonna
I just forget.
No. Just forget. I'm angry, but I don't know why.
That's my base state. Just pissed.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, fuck that. I refuse to forgive any of my bullies.
Yeah, basically, I'm Team Blackbird. And there was a line where he's like, I'm your bully, and she goes, which one? And I was like, Christine, no!
I mean, but like, be real. If somebody from middle school came up to you and was like, hey, I used to bully you in middle school, and you're just like, get in fucking line, kid.
Someone came up to me and was like, I used to be your bully. I'd be like, why are you in my house?
How did you find me?
I'd be like, get away from me. I was weird in high school specifically so you wouldn't try to sell me your timeshare. Like, I don't want to be a part of your pyramid scheme. Anyways. Yeah. She literally gives him a thank you hug. No. Christine, mama, you are not fine if this is your behavior.
But like, it's really upsetting because like the way that he described Christine as a kid was just a poor girl who couldn't afford like clothing that fit her, and I was like, that was me. I couldn't afford clothes that fit me. I had people asking if my pants were high waters, but no, they were just too fucking short because I couldn't afford new pants.
He literally bullied her for being poor. And he laughed about it in his adulthood, never felt bad for it, and still got a thank you hug.
Yeah. Piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
Fuck this guy.
Fuck this guy.
Fuck this guy.
I made some memes for the previous slide.
See, nobody cares.
So yeah, also the one in the bottom.
I go burr.
I really liked that one. Alright, let me know when you look good.
Oh my fucking god. These are fantastic.
Thank you. Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Danny?
I like the our trauma one.
Our trauma. Yes.
There's a kitty in here. I don't know which
There
one
we
it is.
go.
That's Bagel. Bagel.
Bagel.
Baby kitty.
Alright. So congrats, jerk, you survived. Noel, after talking with Christine, no longer feels the presence of Blackbird. Also, Sam's alive, so that's pretty cool.
Wasn't the premise of the Blackbird supposed to be like, you confess your sins and then it kills you?
Yeah.
Like,
But it's fine.
it's fine, I guess.
It's fine. Yeah, so what happened to Sam is he almost got hit by the train and then fell down an embankment, and that's why they couldn't find him, because apparently people wouldn't think to look in the embankment right next to the train tracks, where a kid with a literal broken leg is laying there, but, you know, it's fine. Also, Noel, quote-unquote, sincerely apologizes to Sam.
Whatever.
And then Sam is like, I'll confess my secret. I got revenge on my bully. Tee-hee-hee-hee-hee. And I'm just like, okay. So that's the end of the story, I guess.
And you know, what's fucking wild is all of this takes place over like 2 days.
Yeah, literally.
Like, I'm sorry, you're not gonna be that exhausted after only a day of no sleep. Can confirm. I've gone like 3 days without it.
Yeah, Noel's just... Noel, big baby, big stupid. Hate him.
I hate him so much.
Yeah, yeah, y'all want to give a... Here's the opinions page. Who wants to go first?
Why did they put so much emphasis on how lanky and big Sam's feet were? They put so much emphasis on his appearance, and specifically how big his feet were in relation to, like, the rest of his body. And I was like, why? Why? I hated this story. I hated Noel. I wanted him to fucking die. Also, why Noel clearly has a crush on Deborah or whatever her fucking name is.
Amber?
Darla. I don't know.
I don't know.
But he has a crush on the girl with the dump truck ass. And instead Amber asks him out and he's like, okay, I guess I'll go with you. Fuck you.
That's right.
Fuck you. You're a piece of shit and Amber deserves way better than you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she dresses so modestly and she only wears t-shirts and jeans, just like me. Shut the fuck up. I hate you.
Danny, would you like to add on? Oh,
yeah. Yeah, Danny, it's your turn.
I thought dump truck ass was funny, but I didn't like Noel at all. Noel's a piece of shit. I want to believe that Sam is somehow Blackbird. I don't know. Magic bullshit thing, and he was doing it, and he just decided to be nice and not kill him. And I hope Noel dies, and we get to see that in like the next book or something, and somebody's at his funeral.
Ooh, yeah, Stitch Wraith is like stuffing him. Oh wait, it's not Stitch Wraith anymore. But, yeah. So my opinions about this story. I was so upset that Noel got a happy ending. Like, I'm like, what about Pete? What about Pete? He's the guy from the, if you want to be a pirate, you first have to lose an iron arm, yar guy.
Oh.
Or the Lonely Freddy kid. Where was their happy endings? They were actually redeemable characters. Noel was irredeemable for me. He was not
Noel
redeemed.
Literally did nothing.
He did nothing. He learned nothing. He did not grow as a person. Yeah, like, I'm 100% unconvinced that Noel actually felt remorseful. Like, he was only remorseful because he got caught. Sam was the only character worth any amount of time in his story. He was in the story for, like, 1 second. Hated the story. Felt no dread. Deeply unsatisfied with the ending. 1 out of 10 beans. And I made memes about how mad I was.
I definitely felt like that top middle one. I wanted to send that in the group chat because I was so fucking mad. I just, like, literally not even a chapter in, I was like, I fucking hate this guy.
Literally. And it wasn't even, like, the good kind of hating a character.
He was just a piece of shit, and I was tired of hearing about him.
Yeah.
I enjoy the middle ones the most.
Thank you. I like the leftmost
I like the one on the right.
Aw.
Doing...
A little something for everybody.
It's so simple, but it's so effective, you know?
That's why I like the bottom middle one, too, because just the addition of eyebrows.
Just
I am a huge fan of that meme format.
Yeah.
Alright, next one. The real Jake. So, Jake's a 9-year-old with cancer. Margie is his caretaker. He sees double thanks to his peanut. Basically, it's a super aggressive brain cancer. And he struggles with nearly all physical tasks. He can't leave the bed. He also sees... Oh yeah, he sees double. We just covered that. He's undergoing chemo, which adds on to all of this with the side effects of chemo, which aren't very fun at all. Jake's mom died 4 years ago, and his dad is a soldier somewhere else. I don't know if they ever mention it, but he's just like, oh yeah, he's, you know, away. And Jake and Margie talk with Jake's dad every single night. I think Jake's dad had a name, but I don't care.
Evan.
Evan. Yeah, I don't think I wrote Evan once in this.
I don't think it's Evan. I think it's like Chris.
I don't know.
No, I think Evan sounds more accurate.
We'll call him Evan.
Clearly, it wasn't very memorable.
I think they mentioned it only a couple times.
Yeah.
Margie has an audio diary, so that's cool. Oh, excuse me.
That she records in the basement? Like, what is
Or
she...
her room, or wherever she is that's out of, like, earshot of Jake, I think.
Mm-hmm. And if I remember correctly, she used to go there because the basement was cooler, too. Because it was really hot. Anyways, Jake has this friend named Simon who lives in the cabinet. Simon and Jake talk every night when Margie tucks him into bed. And when they talk, Simon doesn't let Jake talk about reality. Instead, they talk about the real Jake, who is a normal boy just doing normal boy things. And their conversations are often Simon giving a prompt, Jake saying something, and then Simon adding on to it. So it'd be like, oh, you had pizza? I had pizza too, but I smeared pizza sauce on my face. Did you do that? There was a lot of just like back and forth like that. Simon stays in the cabinet, and he's going to stay there until Jake is well enough to walk to the cabinet and meet Simon for himself. We are eventually it is eventually revealed that Simon is Margie and Evan's way of giving Jake hope. So Simon himself is a little white doll upon which Margie draws symbols of what the real Jake has done that day. And then Simon's voice is Evan via a baby monitor. So it's a cute little way for Evan and Simon to talk with each other and talk about the real Jake. So basically, this whole story is Simon is sick, or Jake is sick, Simon isn't real, Dad and Margie are trying to give Jake hope via the Simon doll. Some stuff happens, like Margie runs through a sprinkler, Jake's friend tries to break him out, and Jake throws up before they get anywhere, which I was really sad about. We meet Evan's brother Michael, which is a very important name. We'll talk about that later. Sorry. Jake then also tells Margie he loves her. I remember I take notes on this, and in my notes I literally posted that like face 30 times. I was just like, oh, he did it! He confessed! Ah! Cute. And then we get the call. So, plot twist, Evan dies before Jake dies because he's a soldier. You know. And then, Jake is not looking very hot by this point. Margie, as the official guardian, decides to not tell Jake and then put him in a hospice instead so he can die comfortably. And then Jake dies before he gets to the hospice. However, the cabinet that Simon was in is now open, and Simon is nowhere to be found. So, here's the theory. Quick context. William Afton, aka Springtrap, aka the man in room 1280, builds animatronics. And also he kills children, like a lot of children. The whole idea behind this is that William Afton helped discover the ways that spirits can be bound to a vessel, either via remnant, which is like a whole thing, or via a strong emotion like agony. Michael Afton is William's son. A big thing that Michael does is go around and try to like fix the damage that William did and like lay these trapped spirits to rest. And then Michael basically dies, but somehow survives. And like the ongoing theory is that Michael is a robot. So if y'all remember in the story, Michael, the brother, was very like robotic and unfeeling overall. So I'm like, is this same Michael? And it gets juicier because Michael Afton has a brother who is only known as the crying child. Is brother Evan? Question mark? Is that dad? Is Jake William Afton's grandson? So with that in mind, I think Evan was trying to keep Jake alive by binding his soul to Simon. I think ideally Evan wanted to bind the soul with hope, but it was actually bound with agony because nobody but bullies are allowed to have happy endings in this series, but that's fine.
Huh.
That's the theory. That's my theory. Thank you, Matt Pat. All right, opinions.
I was bored out of my fucking mind. I was so bored. I was so bored. And like, I feel kind of bad about it, but I literally had to force myself to finish listening to this one because I just did not care. I didn't care. Like, okay, it's a kid with cancer. I'm sorry, it sucks. That's about it. I didn't fucking care about this story, and I was like, okay, cool, the cabinet's open. Fantastic. There was no, like, lead up to it. They completely killed any, like, semblance of it being something creepy when they that it was Evan doing the whole Simon thing. Evan and Margie together. Like, it didn't feel like a horror, like, book to me at all. And I didn't care. I hated all the interactions between Jake and Simon because it was like written for kids and it sounded like kids talking and it was just the same sentences over and over again for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't like that the dad wasn't good at talking to his fucking kid. He kept saying, like, you would say the same thing over. You know, you do the pizza thing. But it's like, yo, you could say nicer things. Tell your kid a story. Tell your kid about something he's never fucking seen before in the outside world. You know, don't just fucking say that stuff. I felt bad for Jake the entire time, and I was waiting for Margie to tell me she wanted the dad stick. Like I knew that was coming.
Oh,
And it
Margie
come
was
on.
so in love.
I was
Yeah,
come
like,
on.
oh no, I love him as family, and now he's dead, and now I realize I love him as more than family.
Admit
Shut
this
up.
you love him. Tell this kid you love him. Like, damn. I felt bad the entire time.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I hated it.
I
I was just bored.
I felt hope at the end. I didn't like the scary stuff. I don't like the agony thing. I like the thing, the other thing that it's hope instead now.
I'm sorry, but it's
Yeah,
probably agony.
I understand that's how the mechanics work in world, but I am get a headcanon that it was hope, and he's off living his best life as a doll. Like,
Or as a Stitch Wraith.
no,
It goes all the
I
way to
don't
the
know.
top.
I don't know what you can do living life as a doll, but I'm sure he's living his, I don't know, he's a
More
homeless
than he
ass
can
doll.
in
I don't
chemo.
know. Yeah.
I liked this story, but not as a horror story. I just liked it as a story. But, like, I'm gonna get a little personal here. It did hit me in the feels. Because I had a friend named Alex who I watched and visited go through chemo, and then he died. And I miss him all the time. So listening to this, I was like... I was very sad.
I'm you know what my dad's going through, and so I'm still in like the I don't want to fucking think about this stage.
Yeah.
So maybe that's part of why I didn't like this so much, because I just
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that.
That's understandable. It's hard.
Yeah.
Fucking sucks. Anyways, I liked that this story was less horror and more of a slice of life, however bittersweet that slice may be. But I also do agree, like, in the context of this book, I'm like, can y'all make it
I'm
spooky,
here for a
though?
reason.
Can you
I'm
make it
here for a
spooky? I think
Just a little bit of spook, please.
I think the story gave more in the context of FNAF lore than it did in the context of like just a standalone story.
Yeah, I can see that.
Also, I think Jake was a good kid and I loved him. He was like,
I think. Sorry, you continue.
he like wanted to like donate his like uneaten food to like starving kids and stuff because he felt bad about it. And she's like, "Oh, we can just give your allowance away." And I was just like, "Man,
Yeah,
Bruh.
good kid.
like,
Perhaps I would have liked this a bit more if I had the backstory like you had in your theory slide. Like, if I was able to try and connect dots that may or may not be related, then I might have enjoyed it more.
mm-hmm."
Sometimes I read these stories knowing that I'm not going to understand everything, and I just try to root for the characters I want to root, and then I just wait for Jackie to like, you know, do the connect the dots thing for me.
Use my encyclopedic knowledge of this fucking video game.
Yeah.
I give 7 out of 10 beans, but I'm biased. Damn.
I'd give it like a 4 for me.
I give it a 6.9 out of 10.
Nice.
Nice. Here's the thing. Still better than Blackbird.
Definitely better than
Still
Blackbird.
better. Yeah, I think as a horror story it was bad, but I liked it as a story. And last but not least, we have Hide and Seek. AKA, toxic masculinity at work.
Yeah.
So, Mom says it's my turn to use the Haunted Freddy's arcade game.
Whoa, Mom's dead. Mom left.
It's a meme. It's a meme, my dude.
A Mimi?
A meme.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
left. I feel like I spent a lot of time talking about stories. I was like, yeah, why is the dad always a deadbeat? And then this one, he finally get one where the mom left, and I'm like, shit, I'm just kind of sad.
Also, like, I've noticed something. What is it with Scott Cawthon and Shitty Brothers? You notice all the brothers are
Scott
shitty?
Cawthon had to have had a shitty brother
Yeah.
and a deadbeat dad, because he does not want to write fathers who are there for their kids,
Yeah.
and then brothers who are like, who start off being good to their siblings.
Literally. Like, all older brothers in this lore are just bad brothers.
so I understand.
Fun fact, Evan / crying child allegedly was involved in something called the Bite of 87, which was perpetrated by his brother Michael, in which his frontal lobe was crushed in an animatronic jaw. So that's a fun little deet about bad brothers.
The Bite of 87?
There's a lot. I think it's the Bite of 87. There's like the Bite of 87, the Bite of 82. There's a lot of bites.
You would think after like the second time somebody got you bit, you stop hanging out with that person.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not the same person that's getting baited. Anyways. So Toby and Connor are brothers. Connor is apparently good at everything, and Toby's a whiny little bitch about it.
Well, to be fair, Connor's also a bitch about it, so...
Oh yeah, like, every interaction between Toby and Connor is literally the worst thing, and I was like, can both of you shut up right now?
Like, no wonder Toby's got a inferiority complex.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, he's always being compared to Connor. Toby is constantly trying to one-up Connor's scores in the games at the local Freddy's Pizzeria. In the local... yeah. And then the story begins. There's a new game in the arcade. It's called Hide and Seek. It was recently installed. The premise of it is that you go into a little room. It's got like a town diorama, and a shadow Bonnie cutout hides behind one of 9 hiding spots in the town. And you get 3 guesses in 3 minutes to find where the shadow Bonnie cutout is hiding. And I thought it was really interesting that they chose Shadow Bonnie for this, because like that is kind of like a side character, like not even like a B-list character. He's like a D-list character. I don't know why he's here, but go off. Better than Blackbird. Also, Toby immediately reveals his defining personality trait of being a total inconsiderate jackass to literally everybody who interacts with him by when a kid comes up and it's legitimately that kid's turn, Toby's like, get the fuck out!
Yeah.
And I'm like, you work here.
Like, bro, it's a game.
It's a game and you work here.
Calm down.
Why do you have to be mad? I don't know if y'all know what action replay is, but this joke is really funny. It's a cheating thing.
Oh.
It's
like a Game Shark?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, jeez.
So, Toby, frustrated that he can't beat one arcade game, decides to cheat. By the way, he only tried the game, like, twice.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
literally
like...
2 times.
Get good.
He gave away more coins to that kid than he played the game before he decided to cheat.
Mm-hmm. Like, Toby, maybe the reason you're not better than your brother is because your brother actually fucking tries at shit. Like, not to be, like, pro Connor, but I'm just saying. Yeah, so Toby barricades the rails that Shadow Bonnie uses to hide. He still fucking loses.
Yeah.
Toby then throws a hissy fit.
It literally is a hissy fit.
I literally had the following in my notes. Toby verbally assaults the game, Lamau, what a chode, and then wrecks its shit.
Yeah.
So Toby...
Day 1 of playing this fucking game.
Day 1, 3rd try in. So Toby wrecks the place. You know, how a well-adjusted individual reacts to not winning a video game. And, like, he's ripping shit off the walls. He's completely destroying it. And,
that's what I do.
That's what I do when I don't win an arcade game 3 times in a row. Chuck E. Cheese, look out.
Coming for you.
And, ruh-roh, now Shadow Bonnie has magically disappeared. Or is it? So what happens is Toby ends up, like, right after this. I was actually really confused by this because it literally is like, I'm wrecking it. And now this is happening to me, in which Toby's having a dream where somebody's literally sewing something onto his back.
That was fucking creepy, actually. I was digging that.
Yeah. That was probably one of the more intense moments in this entire novel.
Yeah.
And then when Toby wakes up, he realizes he can see a big, scary shadow with bunny ears, right behind him. I was like, the detail of bunny ears, like, I get it, because you want to connect it to Shadow Bonnie, but also, it makes it so much less scary.
Yeah.
I'd be so uncomfortable if my shadow just suddenly had bunny ears. Oh. Would that not be horrifying to you?
It wasn't his shadow. It was literally something he would see in the mirror behind him.
Would that not terrify you?
I mean, I guess. I think it'd be more scary if it was just like a man shape or something. I don't know.
If it was just like, if you, like, every time you looked at your face in the mirror, you had some, like, cute bunny ears sticking up over your head, would that not be terrifying? And then you couldn't touch it or anything?
Yeah.
I would be freaking, I would scream, I'd wake Anthony up and be like, yo, what the fuck? And I'd be like swiping my hands over my head. Yeah, it would not be a good time for anyone in this house when I woke up. I'd smoke a bowl first and I'd like wait like 5 minutes and then I'd come back in and be like, it's still there, what the fuck?
You go smoke weed about it.
That's a mood. So yeah. Shadow's following him and he can only see it in the mirror. And it's also like implied that other people can see the shadow in the mirror as well, which in the context of the story means Shadow Bonnie was hiding in a place that Toby couldn't, I wrote Tony, that Toby couldn't reach. So that means Shadow Bonnie's also a fucking cheater. I'm just saying. This is my call out post for Shadow Bonnie.
He absolutely is a cheater.
But like, you're cheating a cheater, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm team Shadow Bonnie at this point.
If you're the second cheater, it's fine in the reference of video games.
Yeah. He didn't start the cheating, but he's gonna finish the cheating, is the thing. So, and Toby starts doing a whole bunch of stupid shit to try and get the shadow off his back. He tries literally, like, pounding it off and scrubbing it off, like, really hard, like, with really rough bristle brushes.
Like, Homeboy just made himself bleed.
Mm-hmm.
He's just so fucking stupid.
He's so stupid.
He's so stupid.
And he, like, completely overreacts to the whole, like... my first thought wouldn't be to just completely destroy myself. I'd be like, maybe I should go to a doctor.
Yeah.
Maybe I should
I
get
think I need therapy.
Yeah, or maybe this is, like, a sign of, like, something going on in your brain, or, like, I don't know, like... I wouldn't try to just pound it off my back. But it's fine. And in a complete galaxy brain moment, he tries drowning the shadow by wearing a weighted vest into a swimming pool.
Like, dude, okay, if you're gonna go into a swimming pool with a weighted vest, at least get yourself a fucking long-ass snorkel. What? He was just gonna hold his breath the whole time?
I'm sure this will be fine.
He's like, don't worry, the shadow can't hold its breath longer than me. I'm a fucking genius.
I like how as he's down there, he was like, wait, does the shadow even breathe?
Yeah.
Does it need air? Like, you fucking idiot. I hope you drown at this point. You're stupid. Oh god, it was so ridiculous. I could feel myself going to, no, please don't. Please don't do this.
I remember listening to the part and he's like, he reached for the weighted vest. And like, I paused. Like, I was in a sterile hood. I took out my hands, took off my gloves, paused, pinched the bridge of my nose and went, okay. Okay.
I was waiting for Connor to show up and just jump into the pool and be like, I can hold my breath longer. And I just watched him.
Now that's a story I would read.
Died.
Yeah, they both just fucking die at the end. Shadow Pawnee dabs. Alright, anyways, this dumbass almost drowns, surprised, and is rescued by the sexy alternative girl, but it's no big deal.
This is the only good character in this story.
And she's the only good character and I still hated her. Everything Toby tries just is making the shadow bigger and angrier, and Toby's health declines. And there's like a line in it where they're talking like, it's almost like it's draining my life force. And I was like, okay, thanks, Toby.
Yeah, shut up.
Toby also begins having nightmares about hiding in the game's setting, like, so in a town from the shadow, but then Bonnie finds him and eats him. You like that bullet point? You're a fan?
Yeah, I do. God damn it.
Oh.
Cats.
Even it gets so bad that like even Connor comments on how Toby looks unwell, which is saying something because all their interactions are them just doing dick measuring contests.
Did you spell Connor differently every time?
Yeah, I did.
I
Yeah, I fucking did. Girl's gotta have her fun somehow. Also, the shadow develops eyes and teeth. Like that.
Yeah, I'd be pretty freaked out if I saw that standing behind me in a mirror. I'd be pretty fucking freaked out.
Yeah, I'd be in the street. I'd be like checking a fucking car mirror. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. I would not go to the bathroom for like a day, you know? Yeah, I probably wouldn't tell anybody about it for like the first day. I'd be like, fuck, it's gotta be in my head. We'll go to work, go to bed, not gonna look in the mirror all goddamn day. And then if it's worse the second day, that's when the screaming starts.
Just start screaming.
The thing is...
I would like close my eyes, walk into the bathroom, and then count down to 3, open my eyes, and then if it was there, just like...
This is a good image.
Yeah, that's canonically Shadow Bonnie. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, that's what he looks
Neat.
like in the FNAF.
Okay.
And he's like a jump scare. So, yeah, sure. The decisions made in this made sense.
Totally.
Toby and Connor...
Conair. Conair. Coin hair.
Sorry.
Okay.
Toby and his brother then have a conversation about their competitive attitudes towards each other, in which Connor is just like, bro, I don't care about winning the hide-and-seek game. I just want you to get better. Go to the doctor. Blah. And Toby is like, wait, you can just not care about stuff? Bruh. And then, like, stuff happens in between. I didn't really pay attention that good. But eventually, Toby! I keep calling him Tony. Toby ends up saying to Shadow Bonnie, okay, you beat me. I don't care anymore. Which apparently was all Shadow Bonnie wanted. So after this, he just, like, retreats to his, like, less scary form. And it's like, okay. So after this, Toby is like, alright, since I know that Shadow Bonnie just wanted to win the game, I'm gonna finish the game once and for all, which is always good for me. Yeah, and it's a small detail, but the hide-and-seek game is still in play. Like, the IT guy says that the last game, Toby's game, still has a turn left on it. Even though it's outside the 3-minute time limit, but who cares about the rules? It's fine. Toby then returns to this hide-and-seek game, which is totally wrecked. Peg's still jutting out the walls, it's fine, and is given the option to forfeit or to continue the game. He hovers over the forfeit button, but then his pride is like, what if I won, though? So yeah, Toby continues the game instead of just taking the L like a dumbass. And, literally, he says, I'm not a loser, you're the loser. Mwah. Beautiful dialogue. Really rooting for him. I care about this guy so much. And, yeah, so in order to win, Toby just fucking impales himself on the pegs of the diorama. He turns around, runs backwards into the pegs, and impales himself.
I was so fucking confused.
I was like, are you sure about that? And then I rewinded and I was like, yep, he just did that.
Mm-hmm. I literally, like, I think this was when I sent the what the fuck in the group chat. I was so confused.
Yeah, he impales himself, and Toby's last words are, I won.
Did you?
I'm sure he's fine.
Did you know?
He's just taking a nap. I'm sure he's fine. So, opinions. Who would like to start us?
I hated every character except for, I think her name is Tabitha.
Yeah.
Ramona Flowers.
Okay,
yeah, I hated every character except for her.
I feel bad for Ramona Flowers. and the boss.
Oh,
All he
the
wanted
boss.
to do was buy a nice toy game for everybody for the kids to play.
Yeah.
But then a shithead employee who gave like 3 chances. I'm sure the boss went in there and looked at it and saw that Toby was the last name. That employee he already knew the whole fucking time, and was like, "Yo, you got like chances to like admit this shit," and he never admitted to it. And then he goes and he fucking kills himself in the goddamn game. So either the boss or Ramona Flowers was gonna find him because she was waiting outside, right?
Oh, you're right.
No? And so, fuck you, Toby.
Wow, you're right.
Fuck your brother too.
I forgot about that.
But it's like, it's not his fault.
She's gonna go in and see him and be like, I literally just saved this fool from drowning.
Oh, man. You're right.
And that's how I feel about that.
I hated everyone. I hated everyone. I didn't like them I didn't even like them in like the good, well-written character way, like how we, I don't remember what the story was, but there's some stories that have been written previously where the characters are written to be hated, and they're well written enough that you're like, I fucking hate this chode so fucking much. Matt in the Impreg story, mwah,
Yeah.
mwah, beautiful. But I just think these characters weren't very well rounded, and
Yeah, I didn't feel that way towards any of these characters. I just wanted them all to die.
Yeah, I just didn't really care about any of them.
Yeah, I just didn't give a shit.
Why did you hate Tabitha?
I'm just like, bitch, shut up about Reiki. Crystals aren't gonna solve this, mama.
Yeah, she had some weird like, solutions to things.
Like, I get it. You're vegan. Like, let's move on. Like, Shadow Bonnie, though, Shadow Bonnie can stay. Shadow Bonnie can fucking stay. I accept that. Shadow Bonnie
I like that Shadow Bonnie just wanted to play the fucking game.
Just wanted to play the game. That's all he wanted. And the thing is, like, I don't think he ever did anything to hurt Toby. Like, Toby was hurting himself. And it was like, oh, scary dreams, but it's also like, you're guilty, bro. Like, Shadow Bonnie ain't causing it. That's your guilt, mama. That's Blackbird. Hey guys, the theme is guilt. Did you get that? Did you get that the theme is guilt?
I don't know. I think I need another story about it.
But yeah, I thought the ending was 100% shock value. Like, I didn't think
it
there was...
definitely felt like that.
There was no foreshadowing, no logical, like, reasoning leading up to it. It was just like, oh, scary. And, like, I felt zero dread this entire story. The only time I even felt a modicum of emotion was when Toby almost drowned himself, and that emotion was hope that the story was almost over.
Damn.
1 out of 10 beans. I hated it.
I'll give it like a 3 out of 10. It's pretty fucking low.
It's low on the bean scale for me.
I felt uncomfortable enough that I'm gonna give it like a 4 or a 5.
I'll allow this.
The sewing of the shadow onto his back was really cool.
Facts. That was
I really liked that scene. That was the best scene in the entire novel.
If the rest of the story had maintained that sense of like, what's going on? This scary, then it would have been so good. But it just didn't. It just dropped it. It was a disappointment.
Yeah.
Overall, I thought this book was on the weaker side. I didn't think there was any dread in it. I didn't think it was good horror stories. I think the characters were flat, who refused to make reasonable decisions. Thought the writing was contrived. And, yeah. But the context of this book for theories? Yes, we're in business! What'd you guys think?
I kind of wish that I had gotten into reading these books with you guys before Blackbird.
This was a bad one to start on.
I feel like this was a very poor... I feel like this was a poor representation of the kind of books that these can be. Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not going to turn me off from trying other ones, but I was pretty disappointed with it overall. I was
I
like,
agree.
that's it? That's
The wrong dude got the
What?
happy ending, right?
I know.
The one piece of shit dude gets the happy ending. The cancer kid dies, and then the last dude kills himself for no reason.
for literally no reason.
Yeah, it was just shock value. I thought this was a very weak book. I would put it on par with the first book, which was like, actually the first book was scarier even because of the fucking the Ellen or Doll thing. I think this is one of the worst books in the series. Stamp.
I want my money back.
So, and also, I decided to put this explanation here. So why aren't you covering the epilogues?
Ask no one ever.
So basically, I've got this big time theory going on that relates to the whole series, and I don't want to like get into it before we finish all the books. So once we hit book 11, prepare for the theory reckoning. Because
Book 11?
I'm a hit. Yeah, there are 11 books. There are 11 books planned, so we're about halfway done.
Okay, I guess I need to read the others.
That you literally don't. They're all like, if you
You know what? You're right. I don't need to read them because you'll give me the theories.
Oh,
Tell me everything I need to know.
if you want, if you're interested in reading like the good ones, we can compile a list of like the good ones TM, but like these are like the only thing that even connects really is the epilogues, and those are all online, so it's fine.
Okay.
But the epilogues connect over all the stories, so that's why I want to do it at the very end.
I was definitely confused during the epilogue.
Oh, yeah,
what is going on here?
What, a Stitch Wraith? Who's she?
I didn't even know that. I don't know that term. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
Y'all are name dropping shit, and I'm like, who's this? What's going on?
Mhm. Yeah, there's a lot of. That one must have been very, very.
I recognized
confusing.
one name, and it was because I just heard it in the book.
I know, dude, Danny. How hype were you when you're like, wait a second, Jake from State Farm? What? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was the only name I recognized, but I was still very confused.
Jake's alive. He's living his best life, doing stuff at the trash compactor for some reason. Tossing himself in, but you know, it's fine.
It's fine.
I'm sure he's fine.
I'm sure we'll figure it out. I'm sure everything will be resolved.
You know,
And nobody will get hurt.
you know, the Freddy's way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the PowerPoint. Our next book. This is our next book, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So our next book is Gideon the Ninth. The only thing I know about it is that there's lesbians and necromancers, so you know I'm in.
I've seen a bunch of
So-
people on Twitter telling people to read this book.
So
heard
from
it's
what
good.
I remember, right, one of the things, I think one of the lists that somebody had this on was like their favorite assassins or
Mhm.
something. So I think they're an assassin.
Ooh.
But I also think another person I saw had them on a list was like their least favorite characters, and it's because they're really bad at being an assassin. But I don't know if that's really like.
I love that.
I was like, that seems like the kind of thing I'd be into.
Right?
So I'm down. I'm ready.
So we'll be covering this book, or like depending on how long it is, I haven't looked at it yet. We'll at least be covering a part of this book in 2 weeks, Monday the 15th. Read up on the material. There will be a quiz.
I'm checking right now, and this book is a 16-hour and 50-minute.
Okay.
So, yeah.
It's doable, but maybe we'll split it into two weeks.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'm kind of figuring like 8 hours is about 2 weeks worth. Like obviously we can listen to more, but it's just when things get busy.
Yeah, like I also got other stuff I want to listen to.
Yeah, literally though. Ugh.
Okay, oh my god, publisher's summary. The Emperor needs necromancers. The ninth necromancer needs a swordsman. Gideon has a sword, some dirty magazines, and no more time for undead nonsense.
I'm in.
I'm fucking in.
I'm already like I'm in. I'm there. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Brought up by unfriendly, ossifying nuns, ancient retainers, and countless skeletons, Gideon is ready to abandon a life of servitude and an afterlife as a reanimated corpse. She packs up her sword, her shoes, and her dirty magazines and prepares to launch her daring escape. But her child nemesis won't set her free without a service. Harrowhark, some bullshit, Reverend Daughter of the Ninth House and Bone Witch Extraordinaire, has been summoned into action. The Emperor has invited the heirs to each of his loyal houses to a deadly trial of wits and skill. If Harrowhark succeeds, she will become an immortal, all-powerful servant of the resurrection, but no necromancer can ascend without their cavalier. Without Gideon's sword, Hera will fail and the Ninth House will die. Of course, some things are better left dead.
Ooh.
Lesbian necromancers!
I'm in.
We got the dead person with a sword and the princess. I'm in.
I looked up this same thing that you were reading, and I read that name, and I was like, is she gonna say this?
Nonagesimus.
Nonagesimus?
I wasn't trying to do that.
Yeah.
Some bullshit.
No.
Harrowhark some bullshit is her name officially. Alright, well, that'll be fun.
Good show.
Yeah!
And that's the end of the PowerPoint.
Hooray!
Bree, I'm so sorry you had to start out on this one. I wanted to give you a good 5 nights at like a Fazbear Frights experience, and this was not it, honey. So bad. Did I just fucking disconnect?
Whoops.
Oh my god, I did. Hello.
Hi.
I was saying I wanted to give you a good 5 Nights at Freddy's experience, and this was not it.
Well, that's okay.
But it's fine.
Them's the beans.
We should have started you on the Springtrap Impreg story. I think that one was actually really good.
I might go back and read that one because y'all keep talking about it and I'm intrigued.
That one does such a good job of like this slow building sense of dread, and by the time you realize what's happening is happening, you're like, oh no. Oh no!
And then the other stories on that one are just uncomfortable too. You can feel it in your mouth for the last story in that book.
Very nice.
Hold on, which one is that?
Is
that
that
the one
not
with the
the
mini
nurse one?
arenas? The nurse
The one with the nurse and then the thing in the room.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah! The man in room 1280. The first story in that one is stupid. Bunny Call is stupid as fuck. It's so stupid. Fuck Ralpho. This is a Ralpho hate group.
I do want to say, though, as I'm looking at the description for this other book we're about to start, is like, I feel like these dirty magazines have to be important because they're mentioned twice.
Mm-hmm. That's the secret to necromancy, my dude.
So not only is Gideon a lesbian, she's a horny lesbian. It's very important.
What more could you want in a protagonist? Alright. Does anybody have any final thoughts before we close the stream?
I think it was nice reading something shorter for a change.
At Stormlight Archives.
I really enjoyed it, and I am surprised at how invested I got in it. I do need to start the next one, but
Someone saying
it
at
was
Stormlight Archives.
It was nice having these like these little like short stories almost.
Yeah, it is really nice.
You know, I'd have to think so hard when I'm listening to these.
Funny that Jackie said at Stormlight Archive like she isn't on the third book.
Shut up!
Yeah. Right?
I like to listen to it while I sew! And do puzzles.
It's okay.
Well, anyway.
It's just funny.
Shut up. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. And thank you guys for joining me, actually. That was so much fun. I love sharing these, like, dumb books with you. I love making you read these.
Honestly, I think it's more fun when we find things to shit on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we can make memes about it, it's a good discussion.
A good time.
I'm so mad about one dude getting a happy ending. Fucking piece of shit ass Noel.
So many...
Fuck that guy.
I know. I just love it because I'm like, finally, they have to listen to my theories. Bree, you stream what, Tuesday, Thursdays?
Yep, Tuesday, Thursday. I need to update my Twitch page to say that I do.
Mhm.
But I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at Crystalline Flowers here on Twitch. That might be changing within the next couple weeks because my work schedule might be changing soon, but I will keep y'all updated.
Stay tuned to find out.
So, yeah. Tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Tune in next week. I stream,
yeah.
sorry?
Oh, no, you go for it. I'm done.
Let me do the quick plug. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Times on weekdays, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on weekends. Probably not going to be streaming this Friday. I don't know what's happening. It's fine. And make sure to follow us on Twitter. I'm at Keylime, QUI_LIME. Bree is at Chris Cosplay. That's CRYS_COSPLAY. And then Danny, you're at Henry Blazer 420. I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah.
It's so
Never
funny every
say-
time. All one word, HENRYBLAZER 420. Make sure to follow us on Twitter for all the updates and opinions on books.
All right, Miss Spelling Bee winner.
I'm sorry, I like to spell it out. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.